Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Perry. I've been doing this, hosting a poetry reading series for every month for a really long time. Let's just put it that way. We have two wonderful featured poets tonight in an open mic. We'll be knocking your socks off. But first, I want to share a couple of quotes just to get our minds mentally wrapping around the wonderful world of words. The first quote is from Bianca Stone, who writes, "I find that my poems know far more than I do, and I prefer it that way." I love that.
I like that.
Kind of a twist on our mentor, Barbara Hyatt, saying that, poems know more than you know.
Mhm.
According to Lawrence Getty, poetry is a lightning rod that transmits epiphanies. That too. And finally, Tess Gallagher says, poems are excursions into belief and doubt, often simultaneously.
Hmm.
Well, tonight our first featured poet is Gloria Monaghan, whose seventh book, Diary of St. Marian, references her grandmother who floats in and out of time as a supernatural figure. The book takes place in an alcove of Detroit called Hamtramck, known for its predominantly Polish population in the previous century. These poems make use of the poet's grandfather's letters to the grandmother in 1919 aboard the USS Mississippi. Appropriately enough, the collection ends with a series of eulogies to small things that conclude the mythos of the 20th century. Please welcome Gloria.
Mhm.
Oh, thanks, everybody. Can everyone hear me okay?
Mhm.
Yes.
I really want to thank Richard for his, like he said, long-term work in creating a series. And as a person who's curated a series, it's not easy, and you're doing it kind of all by yourself. And I think most of us are all by ourselves, cowboys in the in that sense. We're just believing in each other, and I just really want to laud um, these people who curate and publishers, independent presses who do this work because they're not doing it for a profit, you know.
Mhm.
And it's
Absolutely
it's
not.
a labor of love, including the New England Poetry Club. And
Mhm.
again, for the new people that Richard, you were going to say something?
No, I was just agreeing.
For the people who came in late, the New England Poetry Club is doing Richard Blanco on Sunday for We the People, um, to protest our current administration and just, you know, the whole kind of shit show that's going on right now with AI and ChatGPT, just getting creative people together and creating a bond. It's beautiful. I'm going to start. First of all, I want to thank Eileen Cleary and Lily Poetry Review for publishing my 2025 book, The Diary of St. Marian. As Richard said, it's based on my grandfather and my grandmother's romance. I turned my grandmother into a saint.
That's good.
This was all my editor. This was all Eileen Cleary. This was all her idea. I would never have the balls to do something like that. This is why we need to work together, be with people who are like-minded, be in a community, because otherwise, if you're working with people that don't get you, you're not going to be the artist that you need to be.
Mhm.
I love a motel in June, don't you? written in St. Marian's father's handwriting on the back of an old Polaroid.
Huh.
My parents had a Volkswagen and drove across the country to get married, listening to the radio. I had a feeling this happened with the same carelessness as when you witness a crime and are silent and simply move forward with whatever it was you were doing. Feeding the cats, brewing coffee, pulling up the blinds. Shape, shape, come to me, bend like a panther down and take my face into your hands. Make me aware of something beyond the cat bowl and filament of dust on the Venetian blind. Make me obvious to the trees, the bright pavement and gray day. Obscurity moon, are you listening? Adorned with a picnic hat in the black and white photo. Perhaps your father gave it to you. You wore it in the off season, unaware that it's called a picnic hat for a reason. Drunken smile, cigar in your mouth. Perhaps the ash fell against your pant leg like an old wound. Father perennially gone. The fairy who lifted his soul up to heaven found you in a bar in Windsor. You both smiled under the Ambassador Bridge in a green sailboat you made out of wood on Saturdays in the garage until it all closed in and the ferry left town for good. Okay. I want to stay within my limit, but I really want to thank Lily Poetry Review for publishing these poems in a manuscript that I'm trying to put together on George Sand's, the fiction writer who had an affair. She's most known for, being with Chopin, but she, in fact, had about 365 lovers, which I think is fantastic. And she was just a very interesting woman, brilliant woman, and kind of overlooked. So this particular issue of Lily, and please note the cover by Martha McCullough, just a woman in a trance, like so my thing. I love it. But anyway, this volume was edited by Heather Tressler and Anthony Walton, and it was by invitation only. And this is why I'm saying you need a community, you need an editor. Eileen's an amazing editor. Christine Jones is an amazing editor for Lily. But when they invited the guest editors, it's just incredible what a good editor, how that can just shape you, right? I mean, I just want to really emphasize that. So these poems are a collection dedicated, persona poems about George Sand's. And this is taken from a letter. I took a lot of these from letters that she wrote to Violet Paget, who had an AKA name Vernon Lee. So she had this like alternative male ego. I mean, a lot of women wrote under male names. George Sand's was one of them. Violet Paget wrote under Vernon Lee. And this is a quote from Henry James, who was really good friends with George, with all of them, Edith Wharton and Sands and everybody. And this is what he says about Violet Paget. The long, lean face of a starved horse. hair, and large, intelligent eyes, not wholly devoid of objectivity, revealing a dental display of really deplorable character, and on her head, my dear boy, from 9 to 13 hairs. Henry James' description of Violet Paget. And this is an imagined letter back from Sans to Paget. My father sold canaries and finches on the Quai d'Orsay. As for me, the sympathy for birds is so deeply ingrained that my friends think I'm insane. Perhaps they played a role in my former lives. The bird, I insist, is a superior being. Its flying ability places it above man. Its beak and claws possess an unparalleled dexterity. Consider its instinct for conjugal love. Its nest a masterpiece of skill and scrupulous comfort. The bird man is an artist. The dog man is not a likable type. In Venice, I lived tête-à-tête with the charming starling, which to my great despair drowned in a canal. Then I lived with a thrush, the one I had to leave and parted from with pain. We live in a time we can't explain. The natural causes of miracles. Listen, my life is yours. You are a dreamer like me. You who read me are not immersed in the fracas of today's world. Otherwise, you would push me aside in boredom. House of the Vanquished. Dogs bark in the darkness before the thin line of orange appears, just above the white waters break along the sand. In the dream, I was married to the same man I divorced. I was the 1950s wife. Everyone else cut their hydrangeas back before winter.
Wow.
Driving south, I see a cedar waxing high in a tree calling to his mate. Perhaps it is a sign, hollow, lonely, haunting. The mouse moves in the walls of January, putting off any decisions of permanent location. I had to let him make all the important decisions and stuck to my recipes and inventions. I even collected aprons and wore them nude until I could no longer ignore the wolf at the door. Dear Father, happy birthday. Last I heard, you died in Juarez. But that conflicts with the obituary that states you died in upstate New York or in a small apartment in Ann Arbor. I do not remember your smile or blue eyes shadowed in the darkened hallway where you whispered your confession into my hair. You advised me to read Trollope. I did not. You also said, do not dog-ear your book. So I dog-ear everything, from my bed to the dishes. And I think I think I'm going to read this last poem. This was really Heather's idea, Heather Tressler. I was stuck in hell. And she said, oh, write to George Sands from the 21st century. I got all excited. I thought, oh, I didn't even question it. I was like, okay. Letter to George Sands from the 21st century. Mignette. How delighted I was to read and receive your letter. The one with the fatal stamp of your grandmother's seal, the bleu nuit, which suits my mood, my endurance, and my idea. From Braintree, light purple lilacs bloom only at the top of the tree next to the red bud tree. The azaleas in the side yard just now fall, and beneath them spread lily of the valley, sought after for bridal bouquets, but invasive and poisonous to cats, a reminder to all those sad dreams of me with my ex-family. Their looks of false acceptance and false kindness, and my fawning attempts to pick up the house. People don't write letters anymore, Armentane. They post endlessly about a moment. Remember when you wrote, "Dear scandal lovers, close my book now." Remember that charming starling in Venice? Now people don't have any time for anything, much let alone a tete-a-tete with a bird. Last night I went to Gloucester to hear poetry. There was a small house. The air smelled of fish and ocean. You are my beloved. You are a dream, a composition delicately layered in my mind, a soft quilt from another time. You wouldn't like it here. Last night I remembered my mother paying for horse riding lessons, even when the cost was too high for her, but she liked to sit behind glass and watch me in my skull-cap riding hat, atop a beautiful red mare, black boots, barn smell, winter air, my mother behind the glass, gleaming smile. I was her then. She is me now.
Yeah.
We changed hands atop that horse, posting, walking to trot. Oh, not like you, riding in a forest of trees among the rapeseed and mimosa. Oh, not like that. Not like when your servant took your silver stirrup because they were all afraid of you riding at dawn. Just mother, taking her last $240 to pay a retired jockey to teach us to canter. Him threatening to kill the horses, sell them for dog food if we didn't do it right.
Mhm.
Thank you, everyone.
Great.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Gloria.
Wow.
So great to hear the emerging manuscript. And everyone should know what a wonderful supportive host you are at the Open Door Studio in Weymouth. It's not very far away. Eric Hyatt has read there, and Linda Lamenza, among others. It's a great
And a lot of people in this audience have read there as well. And I hope more people. So if you want to contact me, please find my email and reach out to me. I'm putting my schedule together. I've gotten all the way to December, but we have the spring.
Wow.
excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Massachusetts, Scott.
I want to mention that next month on September 5th, that's the first Friday, we've got Maureen McElroy, who runs the Rosie Reed's reading series, Reading with Us, along with Matt Sisson. So looking forward to that. Up next, we have Sharon Foley, who is a wonderful poet who's been published in Nix's Mate Review, Words and Sports, Patterson Literary Review, Euphony, and Swim Every Day, among others. She entered the Sisters of Mercy at age 18 and lived with them as a nun for 29 years. Sharon has a BA in English from Sal Regina University and an MSW from Simmons. For many years, she worked as a school social worker. She's now in a private practice, psychotherapy, and resides in Attleboro, Massachusetts. Her chapbook, A Kind of Mercy, that she's going to be reading from is currently on sale through Finishing Line Press and will be released on September 28th, 2025. Her chapbook was named as a finalist in the Lefty Blondie Press First Chapbook Award. Please help me welcome Sharon.
Hi there, everybody. I'm just delighted to be here. Gloria, I loved your reading, and you were so expressive, and I could really resonate with what you were saying. And I agree that it's good to be in a community where you're surrounded by other poets that help you with your work. This wouldn't have been accomplished except for Barbara Helfgott Hyatt that encouraged me to write about my life with the Sisters of Mercy. And Carol Hobbs and Richard have been with me all along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, so when I entered the Mercies, it was around the time when there was great change in the church rules. So the way nuns lived was being changed and became much more relaxed. And it also was a time when the Sisters of Mercy had been noted for being excellent teachers. But along the way, during the time that I was with them, their mission changed greatly to include ministries of for social injustices in the world.
Oh.
So I'm just going to read my journey with them, and I still love them as well. I think I might. Let me just get my glasses on here. Different glasses. I think I might join the convent. Sister Frederick sponsors me. I am the first one, the feather in her barren cap. I sneak out of personal typing class for the booty of her time, and because I'm bored. I love her foyer, her vestibule. I love her rapture. Steel gray eyes pierce me, though she keeps her face calm. I love her kinetic mind. Once I saw her dancing with her father. We drank the brandy Alexander's. I love the fondness in her voice. Her life is velvet, black veil, white scapular over her breast. What is it about her that ignites my thirst? Day 14 as a postulant. Stony cold in the light flooded chapel, I sit as the mistress holds a hinged wooden instrument called a clapper, tapping the wood together to make a sound reverberate. I lift myself, stand, and clasp my hands under my cape, elbows out like bird wings, shoulders drooped, head up. I still not have yet mastered the even flow of breath. Holy candles illumine the stark darkness. I am here like a lamb, unknowing. I face Sister Fran and chant, "You are beautiful." Though I do not know what beauty means in this convent, I do know we sing of beauty.
Mm.
Softball on the hill. I would like to be benched for the season, but I step up to bat. In this diamond, tender mercy begins. I pin back the cape on my postulant dress. Sister Ellen yells, "Take the lead out," and she coaches me how to swing. When up to bat, I make a sacrifice bunt, run to first, and find a strange angel there. When it's our turn in the outfield, there are no mitts. Their fouls are redeemed by the softball god. When the batter swings, fear is my curve.
Mm.
Thank God they've changed to a new habit. No need to shave my head before vesting in the black garment head to toe, nor to fret when I can't thread a needle in the sewing room where Sister Mary Baptist plans to teach me how to make my own habit. No, that's the way it used to be. But the windows are open now. Sister Ida gathers all of us postulants in this most unusual fashion show. For the first time, we see her wavy brown hair, her ankles and neck. She is as brave as Coco Chanel. The new habit is factory made with a real silk collar, brilliant white. The blue skirt is short. It wouldn't stoop to touch the rain. The black veil itself, only a wisp. I am saved. My best friend leaves the convent. Still, I wonder, homesick or frailty? Hard to follow the rigor of solitude? I never had visions of her with boys, but maybe. The note at the top of the stairs just said, Sister Mary went home today. I wanted to ask her why she left, but I am entrenched with nuns. Nothing more should be asked. Nothing more would be said. On my descent to the chapel, I look down at my black clunky shoes. Each step makes a squeak on the polished stair. Chrysanthemums embolden the altar. I fix my eyes on Sister Mary Lomax, the organist who plays like Bach. The chamber swells. Something leaps in me, a shooting star contained. Fourth year, I am chief of the laundry. Bras, panties, shirts, the name of the sister stitched on each piece. There are also communal sheets ready to be placed in the front loaders. I'm the angel Raphael who hangs them out to dry in the gated yard. No distractions, just chores. I thank God for giving me enough clothespins. Rainy days, I use heaters and pray that the laundry will dry. Steam hits my face as I throw a sheet over the metal bar. I mangle smooth Mother Superior's sheets. For all the others, I just fold them tight and square, but leave a few wrinkles in for Sister Mary Rosary, who at breakfast always takes the last Sunday bun. Through this simple work, I consecrate the day.
Love that.
Thanks. A visit with my bedridden father. It took 2 years to get permission to see my father. I begin to imagine my first words with him. Beautiful day, and he will answer, did you see the light ripple on the stone wall? But it rains on my first visit. I say, I wish the rain would stop. And he replies, it always has. He's wearing a blue Johnny my mother made from one of his old shirts. There is a cross above his bed, a big wooden one with metal Jesus, a touch of red paint on the wounds. Dad's been carving oak into a bowl he has rubbed with linseed oil. My habit does not scrape his floor. My breasts are bridled by a blue gamp. I am Sister Mary Sharon now. It's against the rules, but for him, I lift my veil to show wisps of my hair. I have come from the high-ceilinged cloister. In this tiny room, he seems so small to me. What holds me now? In memory of my father, William F. Foley, 11/25/1906 to 12/24/1968. Loss keeps me tethered here, to you, to belief. What I have is only now to trust, to attach. The idea that on the other side of loss is gain. The inward calming, like when the sea calms to the waning moon and forgets the crashing waves. I set my eyes on the horizon, a twin-engine sailfish adrift. Matriculation at Salve Regina College. I study Romeo and Juliet on scholarship as a Sister of Mercy, and I can linger in my single room, bed, desk, my own sink, and gaze out toward the ocean. I walk the angriest cliffs and know every step between the convent and the highway. On the inclines, the eternal questions, What keeps me at the convent? Will I ever have children in my life? Is there rebirth after death? Why do my mashed potatoes flop, even though I call home for the recipe? And why don't they let me drive? Sister Constance, so huffy, gets to drive. I don't understand why. Nights we young sisters raid the walk-in freezer for chocolate ice cream or smoke Marlboros in Sister Margaret's room. Our laughter breaks the cloister. I do not pray to sleep, but rise to my own alarm. Summer in the convent kitchen. I watch Sister Bernadette, eyelashes curled, her blue opal eyes, and I see the way Brother Martin melts into easy conversation with her. Like a kid sister, I'd watch her getting ready for him, close to the mirror, the curling gadget pressed 2 minutes, then a hint of mascara. They went blueberry picking. I'm not sure where, but they've returned and made our jam with orange zest. Now together they plump raisins, soak them in water in the cast iron pot on the convent stove to soften, so careful. He drains the hot liquid, holding the heavy pan over the sink. She settles the fruit on a kitchen towel, her head bent down, her hands stretched in blessing the dough she kneads. But the mixture sticks. He reaches for the linen to clean each fingertip, so tenderly, as if they were husband and wife. What is this I'm feeling? Is it jealousy?
Oh my God.
Custom made for my final vows. On the altar, I wear the white dress my mother had custom made for me by her seamstress. The mock Roman collar gives it the look of a habit. The small mercy cross on my breast. My brunette hair cut short in the new fashion. I feel like a bride, the focus of everything. The church is filled with family, friends, and songs just for me. I feel the glow. My blue eyes glance back, though suddenly I feel the scratch of polyester on my knees. Father Paul wears as usual the white flowing chasuble, the tapestry stole, and Jesus sandals, his hair long and curly like John Denver. I tremble as I proclaim before the congregation, I will be poor, I will obey, I will be chaste. At the altar, I sign my vows on the dotted line. Father Paul blesses the ring in his palms. I take it and place the ring on my finger. So I build a little shanty in my mind. I am officially a nun. From the convent to a red bungalow. 6 of us form a cozy type of mercy. New church rules allow us to move from the brick convent that housed 80 to a red bungalow we rent. It's Sister Eleanor's turn to cook. After we say grace, Sister Kathy bursts into conversation. She vents and compares our nation's revolution with our moving out. Freedom to bond together rather than be herded. The right to wear street clothes, not the blue habit. Our artist, Sister Maria, tells with fervor how she scavenges disparate threads, marsh grass, strands of black seaweed, commercial ribbon, and tinsel from the Christmas tree to weave a blanket on a second-hand loom. But Sister Maureen is the one who weaves us all together. She talks about God, not the God above, but the one within. After supper, we walk the beach, then sit in the living room shaking sand from our toes. We massage one another's feet, our fingers the pumice that softens callousness. Student teaching at St. Mary's Academy. I love each child in my open classroom, rock to their rhythm, and waltz to the nuances of their step. I imagine each child a gem to polish. Sister Rose instructs me to hold tight the rein on the glancy girl, keep the sensitive blonde Mary Beth Healy in line. In the tradition of Sisters of Mercy, form them to the shape we want. I don't want to shape them. I want them to bloom into their own hues. Sweet little Lisa Brigante dips her elbows in finger paint to draw a halo of her braided hair. Ellen Murphy, the doctor's child, always sits erect in the curve of the small wooden chair. Erin takes a book wherever she goes, even to the lavatory. And Tara, the shy girl, oh my gosh, how bright she is. She's the one to watch. Abandoned in the inner city. I thought we would sit all day in this safe room, read, pray, and bask in the divine presence. I want to feel the steadiness of our retreat master we so love and have nicknamed Father Hans. Instead, he drives us to the inner city, drops us off one by one, alone, stripped of pocketbooks, no ID, only a sweater on our backs. One sister is dropped near the homeless shelter, another dropped at a convenience store. I landed in front of St. Michael's Church. No map to guide me. My mind swirls with fear of riots and shootings, the unfamiliar. But I trust he will return. I get out of the car and walk the concrete sidewalks, cracked, weeds popping through. The ground is dry, but there are patches of green grass in front of a few well-cared-for homes. I meander the streets. Cars pass, but I meet no one. No stores, no gas stations open. No sound of fights or booms of guns, just the booming sound of my own internal fretting. The truth about social justice. I followed the direction of Sister Ian, but if you want to know the truth, I don't really care about Cesar Chavez, his boycott on lettuce, nor do I want to carry the placard in a picket line with my sisters, though I do. I make signs to protest the war, but decide not to go to the federal building 5 o'clock every Friday, as my sisters do. I admire Sister Mary, who lectures me. Don't teach our girls fairy tales. Girls are strong. They don't need men to rescue them. I agree. The more I'm here, the more I realize that's true. I listen and pray to be steadfast. My accusation knocking on her door. At a house meeting, she accuses me. You are a manipulator. Her tone surged with judgment. She is a tornado that tears me down, making me brittle down to my bones. I rage. I don't know how to feel my anger. No one taught me, not at home, not here. That stifled anger has been wrapped in a box, but I want to break the ribbon now. My plan is to knock on her door until she answers. But as I come closer, I run with my mind. What will she say? What will she do? I stand there like this every minute long. I decide to let the coolness of the moon in. The limbs of my body go limp until there is no more intent to storm. Only then can I knock on her door. And when she doesn't answer, I just keep knocking. I've got leaving on my mind. What makes a person whole? In this brick convent, I dine with older sisters, but I don't belong here anymore. A daylily who limps toward the end of summer, I study so I can heal. As I wonder what kind of person I am, a gap forms in me, sometimes a gouging loneliness. I've given up on the long list of friends, busy now with husbands and children. I've lived in communities of 8 and 12 sisters, smothered by their rules. The glasses go to the right of the sink, not the left. That feels better to me. Life is the slow rise of sun through fog, a vision refracted. I'm ready for a swerve in the road. A kink in the road. I'm leaving the convent, decision done, the defined path I've lived 3 decades over. Restlessness gushes open like a river mouth into ocean, leaving home when home is already gone. Sister Maureen and I take a walk through a field bordered by marsh grass, Irish feet treading softly on grounds more sacred than a convent cloister. She is the first person I tell. We are tales of mercy, drinking holy wine.
Mm-hmm.
My final night as a nun. I kneel on the carpeted floor and hold on to the quilted spread. Holy Mary, Virgin Mother of God, keep me safe. I will bring you white carnations, the sweetest of incense, and chant your name. Protect me from lightning strikes, robbers, and heresies that threaten my belief that the sun spins each day for you. Oh, lady up there, give me a sign, a mallard in my vernal pond, the long heralded heron landing on my roof. Exchanging my vows for a car. They sold me a car and sent me forth with a bachelor's and 2 master's degrees, a trade for the gift of myself I had poured out these 29 years. The provincial, Sister Rosemary, dispensed me of my vows that August day. We signed papers from the Pope, both of us awkward. Sister Barbara was there, more steady as a witness. I loved that car. 4 doors, maroon, the convent's best, a 1987 Dodge Shadow. The basic model, no frills, but a key to freedom. I drive to my apartment, feeling the grip of these wheels, 4 windows wide open. The wind at my back propels my parade to paradise that is now unfolding.
Wow.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Now, I do like to say, once there was the singing nun, then there was the flying nun. Now we have the poet nun.
The poet. That's good, Richard. I like that title.
I'd like to mention that Sharon is doing all this at about 15% renal function.
Right.
Very much needs a kidney.
Mm.
So if anyone has a blood match and is willing to, she would really appreciate that.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Wow.
All right. Well, we have 9 readers for our open mic, and
Do you have me?
I do.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Send me a message in the chat if you'd like to read. But for now, I would like to introduce our first reader, John Engstrom.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks for organizing this, and also thank you for including me in this program of amazing poets. Both were excellent, both with the quality of their writing and the clarity and the power of the reading itself. Very memorable, and thank you. So this is something I've been working on. It's a work in progress. I call it Farts Emetica. There is nothing Silicon Valley about this poem. The human race has moral tar smeared all over it. Penny ante, penny actress, penny arugula, penny anastylosis, petty anemia to obfuscate a shambles of lies and hurt feelings, a jug of meaningful emptiness, a seedbed of duplicitous dialysis, a breeding ground of insincere wisteria. This will not bear scrutiny. I'm a menace to myself. I'm a menage to myself. I'm a marriage to myself.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And now please welcome David Miller.
Oh. Hi, everyone. Thank you. And yes, Gloria and Sharon, I very much appreciated hearing both of your different kinds of stories and what you had to bring to us. So this poem was published last month in Second Coming, which you may know as a daily series that has a wide variety of responses to what you could say is our current political situation, but there's a whole lot of variety of work that comes up 7 days a week on Second Coming is pretty strong. So this is I'll call it a persona poem, although it has a rather long title, which perhaps hedges the whole concept of persona. So here we go. The title. I can neither cleave to them nor from them, these people who are partly my people. We hung Mary Dyer, Quakeress, on the Boston Common. We were aggrieved. We sent Anne Hutchinson, monstrous female preacher, to death in exile, burned the Charlestown convent. We are aggrieved, yes. We have many grievances. We are not being treated fairly. It is unfair to us when we are criticized. Now, some of us, men, white men, are seen to cry in public. This is contrary to religion. When a man cries in public, it is a babble of perversion. Someone has cheated us. We have many grievances. When we are contradicted, that means we are oppressed, prevented from worshiping God as God demands. Why else did we come here, then, to toil and starve in a heathen landscape where there were no people of value in God's eyes because they knew not God, nor in their blighted state did they know land ownership. This proved them outcasts. We have not yet spoken of women. We should not need to speak of women, nor should they speak. When they do, we are again aggrieved. It is not fair to us. We have spoken for them. But we have a president who, like us, is treated unfairly, is despised, rejected, acquainted with grief. A man of grievances piercing his hands and feet, his side. At last we may rejoice. We do rejoice. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Up next, please welcome Scott Norman Rosenthal.
Hello. Let me see. Let me see here. I'm going to read this one. Let me see. Blindness within. Blazing from the east, blinds the young, bewilders the old. The bulk of the orange-haired ogre, The bulk of the orange-haired ogre shelters the children. The emperor parades, naked mobs pursue, screaming for Barabbas with a rap sheet an arm long. Bring him back. His wife needs the discipline. Streets need the drugs. People do because they can. People die. They must. Sometimes there is nowhere but here. History shelters all. Let me see. Not only was I late, but today my computer has chosen to go a little crazy on me. They do that.
Right.
This is an epitaph, I guess you'd call it. Cosmic Jackie passes. 1. Broad, south of Washington. She reminded, hills of salvation, secrets around the corner, days inescapable. Now she moves around that corner, up the street. We search. Only children reaching for siblings. Orphans seeking home. She reminds us we're always on the way home.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. I may have to run to try to keep an appointment.
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you for your contribution. And now please welcome Steve Nickman.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. I'm glad you didn't take the summer off.
Yeah, right. Oh,
For your great work that you shared with us. This is called A Charm of Children. I hear them approaching. I get up to look through my second floor window. A dozen toddlers hitched together in double file, pointing, murmuring, each pair holding hands, a teacher in front, another behind. Quiet hilarity moves under the lindens down the street. I can't call it a platoon or a patrol. It's weaponless, unwary. A pride, a flock, a parliament, a herd, a swarm, all static in time. None implies a future. Call it a charm.
beautiful.
Charm has the sense of promise, the sudden discovery of another's face and voice. From here, I can't discern variety, but I know each will become someone in particular. They will all unfold like peonies, like poems.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Fabulous.
Oh,
Love it.
that's great.
And here is the teacher, Carol Hobbs.
Hi, everyone. Thank you again to our wonderful readers tonight. That was such an amazing pair of headliners. I really appreciated everything you had to read. Tonight I'm going to read a new poem, and this is one I think many of you will have heard about in subject matter. The title is Rumesa Ozturk and the Ice Agents. I have her on my phone playing on a 24/7 loop. At first viewing, she is small in her puffy white coat, smaller than the 4 ice agents surrounding her. I hit replay Dive deeper down this twisted rabbit hole. See how her hair is covered with a pink scarf. How like a lamb she is, white and pink. The lion will lie down with the lamb. Poor lamb. Black masks hide the agents' faces, make it simpler to deny everything, as in, you can't say it was me. Next viewing. She takes a phone from her pocket, pleads as one agent yanks her phone away. It is certain then. Zip ties. Her hands pulled together behind her back, zip ties like bagging bread loaves at a supermarket, or a bag of lemons, or stems of beets, white plastic, mass produced. She is led away as a neighbor's ring camera passively records her passage from person to fetch to nothingness. Thank you.
Wonderful, Karen. Oh,
Wow.
Thanks.
wow, wow.
Mm.
Mhm.
And now, please welcome Commemara Wadsworth.
This is a series of poems in a sonnet pattern-ish. And there are 5 that the Patterson Literary Review published. I'm just going to read three of them. And this is from a book that I've been working on called Into the Lit Dark, which is about my late husband.
Mm.
The ER is full. We've been here before. Need no directions. I could show you around. The first team of doctors opens the curtains, ask questions. An oncologist, endocrinologist, orthopedic surgeon exit rattling the curtains closed. The monitor displays a geometry of colored lines and numbers. Rick appears to sleep. He is somewhere I am not. When another team wakes him with questions, he opens an eye, shuts it, one-word answers. We are alone in the night dark space until another team asks the same questions, gets different answers. One says to me, "Do you need anything?" Just my husband. He is dissolved into himself, the package of him closed, inert. Will the sun rise for him? Not the first time the abyss has sidled up to us, wagging its crooked finger, calling. Rick slack-jawed, cheekbones shiny with fever. I wish to wake him, leave, return to air and light. Where are you? Come back. Don't go. We came at supper time. It is after midnight. Lights dimmed within the cubicle. The glare beyond remains. I curl into the cold, unyielding chair, weep, wanting to be found, wanting to be left alone. Patients leave, new ones come. A backdrop of complaints, moans. We are trapped in a busy stillness, the way ants on the move race out, then back to their hill. The one beautiful thing, the rise and fall of hues glow, and playing on the resting monitor's big screen. I try to imagine those who write the codes for the moving, winding, braiding lines of color. And this will be the last one. Soon it will be morning. Are the stars still out? Here each day is the same and not the same, like an outline with no details. Empty bins of disposables fill. The wall clock ticks, doesn't match the monitors. Trading worry for hope is my only job. Is hope a prayer? Rick's long body extends to the gurney's barred end. Boxes of purple gloves are bright as spring violets. My orange pass allows me to be here. I think of subway stations, how they thin and fill in the lit dark. Still no bed for Rick. What does it take to do? What does it take to do shift after shift for months, years? I want to ask the nurses, the doctors, their stories, their goals, how to work with life's crapshoots. But who doesn't? Isn't it a gamble, even for those of us who don't choose risks easily? I want distraction, to be somewhere else, a dose of Pollyanna, to fly into before. Hold me.
Beautiful. My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It was.
Yeah.
In our penultimate poet, Kathy Whitham.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Wonderful evening poetry. This is what I decided now to read. When a drop of water gently. 1. When a drop of water gently falls from my eye, it's called a tear. If it drips off my face, it's called a moon trying to find a place to belong. If it falls on your cheek, it's called see me. If it silently slices across my throat, it's called voiceless. 2. She walked the low-tide beach, curving all the way to Provincetown. Her boot heels crunching soggy sand. Her prayer, an unexpected jaguar, pierced the gauzy cloth of morning mist. Seagulls wandered on the exposed sandbar. As she neared, they moseyed deeper, leaving dinosaur footprints behind.
Wow. Fantastic. Wow. Just an amazing evening. My heart feels better. You know, this is something we do for our heart health, I think.
Right.
I'm going to close things out reading a poem, and it is my wish that Sharon will receive a healthy kidney to help her out. I would do so, but I only have one left. This poem is called Frankenstein. While recovering from donating a kidney to my brother, I watched Frankenstein on TV, fascinated by a creature more scarred than me. Why am I here, he asks. What can I do? I wonder, too, how I am trying to breathe life back into my brother in his world of pain. How I don't want him to be pieced together from a cadaver, but rather flesh of my own flesh. How something the size of a fist makes marrow, the blood creating life from a catechism of grafts and stitches. A man rebirthing a man, my body conquering death.
Beautiful, Richard. Thank you. Beautiful. Wow.
Well, let's hear it with sound on.
Yay.
For all of our wonderful poets tonight, especially our features. Any thoughts at this point in our evening? It's really been a wonderful time together, especially in these troubled times.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes, it's always great to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we will see each other again on Zoom, maybe first Friday of next month, maybe in person, where we'll actually get to see how tall we are with each other.
That's right.
Wow. Wow. That's great. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you,
Richard.
everyone.
Right, great.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for
Yes.
doing this.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Richard.
my pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank
Richard.
everybody for
everyone.
partaking in all of this.
Joy.
Right.
It's been a joy.
Good.
Be well, everyone. Stay
Have a
strong.
fun weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.